in UFC, or maybe some fighters in UFC. The reason I'm doing this, I don't know. I thought this is going to be a good video, and we're doing it. I watch the UFC, not all the time. I watch it whenever I feel like there's a very, very good pay-per-view card. I know a lot of these UFC fighters here. I know all of them, actually. And we're going to rank them all at once right now. We're starting with GOATed. GOAT status. GOATed is GOATed. Come on. GOATed is like a guy who has the best resume in the UFC. The best resume, walked through his competition, champion, maybe in multiple divisions. The GOAT. When you see that guy, it's like, okay, the GOAT just walked in. GOAT status, a guy who is on the GOAT status. Guy like Volkanovski, for example, right now. Usman, maybe. We'll see what happens. Great fighter. Simple as that. Great. This is why I have the best videos online, because my videos are so easy to follow. Okay, great. Just a great fighter. Good fighter. Just good. You know, win some, lose some. Masvidal kind of like. Just there. He's just there. You see him here, see him there, and you'd be like, okay, he's fighting. Who cares? Okay, right? He's fighting. He's fighting tonight. Cool for him. Prelims. He's on the prelims. Easy. In the prelims. And washed. We know who's washed. Alright. We're going to start with, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Chandler. Now, I don't know his actual record. This video is just, I'm making this video out of nowhere, okay? But I'm going to put Michael Chandler at good. The reason I'm doing this is because Chandler came to the UFC. He beat Dan Hooker. I don't know where Dan Hooker was ranked. I have no clue. But he beat Dan Hooker. He lost to Oliveira. Went back for the title, by the way. He went back and lost to Gaethje in a war. And then he went back and beat Tony Ferguson. And his last fight, he lost to Dustin Poirier. And Dustin destroyed him. So, Dustin submitted him. So, Chandler is going to go to the good. I hope his second fight, I hope his next fight will be against someone like Conor. But we'll see what happens. We'll go next. We're going to take someone random. And who we're going to take? Cowboy Cerrone. Prelims. He retired. Let's look back at his career. He had a good career. We're going to put him in good. I apologize. Cerrone had a good career. You know, he beat a lot of top guys. He beat a lot of very, very tough fighters. Amazing finishes. He has the most finishes in the UFC career. You know, he had a lot of fights just like Jim Miller, just like Oliveira. He's a legend. You got to give props where props is due. The guy's a legend. Good for you, Don Cerrone. Always like the guy as well. Yeah, Cerrone is a good tier. Okay, someone else from random. We're taking on Demetrius Johnson. Okay. GOATed. I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say. This guy is the GOAT. He was the GOAT. And he's still in F1. He's doing like F1. Is it F1? Is it? I don't know. PFL, F1, I don't know. I'm not this huge MMA fan, but I'm telling you right now, this guy is GOATed. Whatever he's done in UFC, like 13, I believe he has like 13, like maybe like 11 or 12, maybe 13 consecutive title defenses. He's the GOAT, bro. This guy's the GOAT, so he's gonna go to GOATed. Good for you, Demetrius Johnson. Love the guy. Okay, random. Who we taking? Max Holloway. GOAT status. I gotta go with GOAT status. Listen. This guy was going through that featherweight division until he ran to Volkanovski. He's so good, and he beat Jose Aldo twice. Come on, dude. His war with Oliveira. I'm sorry, not Oliveira. His war with what's his name? With Ortega. Come on. He's such a good fighter too. Such an amazing boxer, bro. Like the things he does, no one can. He's so good. He's so, I love the guy. I love Holloway. Okay, random again. Boom. We're taking Colby Covington. Colby Covington. Now, I love Colby. I'm going to put him a great. Colby, there's so much potential when it comes to Colby Covington. People talk shit about Colby. People think Colby is just this fucking dickhead. He is a dickhead. But Colby Covington, yeah, he's amazing. I love Colby. And the things that he's done. And people talk shit, say Colby cannot fight or Colby cannot strike. Bullshit. He outstruck fucking Masvidal. He outstruck Usman multiple times in the second fight. I still believe he won the second fight, by the way. Fuck these judges. I don't know what they think from fucking random ass reason. I watched the fight live and I was like, yeah, Usman won. And then I watched it back. I was like, maybe Colby won. And then I watched it back again. And I was like, Colby won. And I watched it once again and I was like, Colby definitely won. It's 3-2. The first fight he was winning until he got TKO'd, and there was an early stoppage, fake not shot, fake eye poke, fake everything. Second fight, same shit. It's just like, come on, dude. Colby is the best, and his last performance. Let's talk about his last performance against Jorge Masvidal. It was amazing. Like, this guy doesn't get tired, and he just keeps on pressure. The volume of Colby is ridiculous. You have to give him props. Colby Covington is a great fighter. Now, I don't know where the fuck is he. Colby, where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you hiding? What the fuck is going on? Why are you not fighting? You should be fighting on March in London. Why the fuck? There's nothing on Colby. No news, nothing. You're wasting your prime years being in activity. You're wasting your prime years fucking hot models in Miami. Inactive. You need to get back to the cage and you need to fight. There's a Khamzat fight. I genuinely believe Colby can beat Khamzat. I genuinely believe that. Even though it's a bad fight for Colby. And it's a hard fight for Colby because Khamzat comes out of nowhere and it just ragdolls you. But I believe Colby, if Colby can go through the storm with Khamzat, I believe Colby can push Khamzat to all 5 rounds. And I genuinely believe Khamzat's not going to approach Colby the way he approached fucking Holland. He's not going to do that. Let's be honest here. He's not going to do that. So, there's a Bilal fight and there's a Khamzat fight. Take the Bilal fight, Colby. Fight in London against Bilal Muhammad, who is, by the way, on a winning streak, and he's doing really good. If Colby doesn't need to fight Khamzat Chimaev, it's a big fight for him. It's a bad style fight for Colby. I believe if Colby beats Bilal Muhammad, Colby can immediately get back to the title shot. Immediately get back to Leon. Because I believe Leon's going to beat Edwards again. So yeah, he's a very good fighter. We're going to put him at great. Colby's a great fighter, man. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. When you have that volume, when you have that fucking cardio, and you have the great wrestling, look at his last fights. Look what he did to Masvidal. Look what he did to fucking Tyron Woodley. Come on, you gotta give Colby props. We move on to the next one out of nowhere. Come on, who's it? Nate Diaz. Legend. Washed up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He takes so much damage. I'm sorry, he looked like shit in his last fight. I think he's old. He's not good anymore. Yeah. This is all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk shit about Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is one of the most influential fighters of all time. And I love the Diaz brothers. But, come on, dude. He looks fragile in there against Tony Ferguson. Who's, by the way, we're going to get into it, by the way. Who's shit. Like, I don't understand. There's so much CTE in one fucking fight. Horrible fight. Horrible fight. And yeah, I'm very happy that he is out of the UFC because, yeah, the sport moved on. And the sport have new killers. Especially in that welterweight division. You don't want to be there. Trust me, Nate. Alright, next we move on to, we're going to take someone from out of nowhere. And we have Yoel Romero. He's a good fighter. Yoel Romero is a good fighter. Not great. Good fighter. Good fighter. He had a brawl with Costa. I think he beat Whitaker. He had an amazing fight against Rockhold and Weidman. Knocked them both out. Good fighter. His last fight in UFC, I guess, was against Adesanya. I'm not pretty sure, and he's lost that fight. There's nothing really to say here. Just good fighter. I never really was a fan anyway, but I was kind of like impressed with, you know, his physique at that kind of age. Good fighter. There's nothing really bad to say about Yoel Romero. We move on to next. Come on, I don't know where. Deiveson Figueiredo. This is a hard one. Great fighter. Boxing skills, amazing. He's a good fighter. You know, I think he's gonna beat Moreno again. I think he's too much for Moreno. He's really, really heavy for his division. He has like muscles upon muscles. That guy is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, great fighter. I'm sorry if my voice is like weird because I was sick. So yeah, I'm recovering. But yeah, Deiveson Figueiredo, great fighter. I'm not gonna spend too much on him. I don't even like flyweights. So yeah, we move on to the next one. We're gonna come with maybe Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor. Great fighter. I'm gonna put him above Colby as well. The things that Conor did in UFC will forever be goated to me. To beat, if you look at Conor's fucking resume, it speaks for itself. I mean, when you beat Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, when you beat Jose Aldo, when you beat someone like Eddie Alvarez, yeah, Conor's a great fighter, man. The first one to hold 2 titles, never defended anyone, never defended any of his titles though. Kind of bullshit. But yeah, the things that he's done in UFC, I mean, skill-wise, boxing-wise, you know, striking-wise, counter-striking-wise, it's just incredible. And he has a very, very, very underrated ground game. I think he is like he kind of dealt with Khabib better than most these guys that are active today, like Gaethje and Chandler and not Chandler, Gaethje and Dustin. Chandler never fought Khabib, but yeah, great fighter. There's nothing, no hate towards Conor. Great fighter. He kind of like same thing as Colby. Like these guys, they kind of wasted their prime years inactive. It's so sad. Like, you need to be back in the cage. John Jones, we're gonna get to you very soon. Next one, out of nowhere, we're gonna grab Israel Adesanya. You gotta go status. You have to. You have to. Adesanya resume is one of the best resumes I have ever seen in the UFC. Like it or hate it, Adesanya is a great UFC fighter. Great striker. Motherfuckers step into the ring with him, into the cage with him, and they froze because of how good Adesanya really fucking is. He's amazing. Like, he's so good. This is why motherfuckers like Whitaker in the first fight kind of froze. Second fight, I believe Whitaker won the second fight, by the way. I apologize again. I'm still sick. Yeah, Vettori lost. I mean, he beat Vettori twice, Whitaker twice, beat Romero, destroyed Paulo Costa. I mean, he lost to Pereira, but if you look at his career, he beat Jared Cannonier as well. If you look back at his career, if you look back at his title reign, amazing. He beat Derek Brunson as well before the title, by the way. He had a great fight against Anderson Silva. Listen, you have to give props to Israel Adesanya. He's in a GOAT status kind of fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? He's in a GOAT status. And I believe I'm gonna put him above Max Holloway. I know. I'm a dickhead, you know? People are gonna come to me, it's like, oh, you're sucking Adesanya's dick. Oh, get off Adesanya's dick. No, I'm just saying truth. This guy, resume speaks for itself. At middleweight as well, which is a very, very hard division. Sussy division, I'm not gonna lie. Sussy division. Most sus division I've ever seen in my fucking life. We move on. Out of nowhere, we're gonna pick someone randomly. Dominic Cruz, GOAT status, above everyone. Come on. No need to speak. Look at his career. Look back at his career. The fights that he fought. The way he fights these fights. amazing fighter, went back from the worst injury ever, and he still beat TJ Dillashaw. And TJ Dillashaw was on EPO. Come on, dude. Come on. Dominic Cruz, GOAT status. I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say. I don't give a fuck if he lost to, Marlon Vera. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. This guy is history. You gotta give legends their props when it comes to these fighters. Okay, we move on. Kevin Lee, prelims. I'm sorry, I love Kevin Lee, but Kevin Lee is just the prelims. He's not in the UFC anymore. He fought for Khabib. Good for him. Get your money, Kevin. But he lost a lot of fights in the UFC. He didn't belong in the UFC. The way he lost to Oliveira was so sad as well. I'm not going to go into details with Kevin Lee, but he is a prelims. All right, move on. CM Punk. We're going to push him all the way down to not even washed. It's an absolute disgrace to put him in the same category as Nate Diaz. I'm going to put him in washed, and I'm going to put Nate Diaz in prelims. You will never see anyone near CM Punk fights in UFC. How fucking dare you? That was an embarrassment of a career. We move on. I'm not going to talk much about CM Punk. I hate to hate on fighters, by the way. Respect to CM Punk for stepping in at that kind of age in the UFC, but he's just untalented. I'm sorry. He can't fight for shit. We move on to someone like, what is it? Valentina Shevchenko. Great fighter. Yeah, but above Kobe as well. Not above Conor, but above Kobe. Yeah. I don't watch MMA, women MMA. I think women MMA is absolute trash. I don't watch it. I'm sorry. There's no hate on my part. I love women. I just don't love them when they fight. Okay? Okay? I feel no attraction. I don't get attracted to any female when I see them fight. I'm sorry. I don't. I love a female to be lovely, caring, nurturing, that kind of shit. But respect to her. She's a legend in the game. She beat a lot of girls in the featherweight. What kind of... I don't even know the division. Flyweight? Strawweight? Featherweight? I don't know. I believe it's flyweight. Who gives a fuck, right? Is it flyweight? I generally don't know. I have no fucking clue. And I don't care. So, Valentina Shevchenko, great. She's a great fighter. She beat Esparza? Who did she beat? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Great. I don't care, bro. Women MMA is ass. I don't care. Let's move on. Next one. Kevin Holland. Just there. No, he's not just there. He's a good fighter, actually. I'm going to give him props. He's a good fighter. He has good... My favorite fighter of Kevin Holland will always be the Joaquin Buckley fight. But Kevin Holland lost his last fight against Wonderboy Thompson. Bad performance. But I appreciate his performance because he just wanted to strike with... He just wanted to give the fans a show. He's like, you know what? I strike with Wonderboy. Even though it's the last guy I want to strike with is Wonderboy. Overall, good fighter. I think he needs a lot of time off. When he's back, he's gonna have to, in the meantime, he has to work on his jiu-jitsu. He needs to work on his wrestling game, and he definitely needs to work on his striking because, I mean, he's a good striker, but he literally stepped in with the greatest striker I've ever seen, which is Wonderboy Thompson. We move on to Dominic Reyes, washed up, super washed up. Don't give a fuck. Oh, you put him in the same category as CM Punk? Yes, I am, motherfucker. No. Okay, let's just move. He's better than CM Punk. Okay? Okay? He almost, you know what? He almost beat Jones, though. He did beat Jones. If you go back to that fight, he generally beat John Jones. He clearly beat the greatest of all time. How the fuck that happened to him? He beat John Jones. He took a lot of damage in that Jones fight. He went back like almost a year later. and he got a lot of damaged. He got damaged a lot by Jan Blachowicz, and then he went back and had a war with Yuri Prochazka, and I was like, he's never coming back from that. Like he lost to Jan Blachowicz, and then he lost to Yuri Prochazka. That Yuri Prochazka fight, I was like, no, he's never coming back. He will never come back from that fight. And yeah, I was not wrong. He stepped in there with what's the guy they stepped in with against? Oh my God. Like what's his name? I generally forgot his. He stepped in with Ryan Spann, and I was like, the last guy you want to step in with is Ryan Spann. You don't want to. No, that guy is gonna fucking put him away easily, and he put him away super easily. A jab, bro. That guy got knocked out by a jab. Horrible fight for him. And I kind of knew. I knew he was gonna lose. And yeah, it's an unfortunate career. I think he should retire. Yeah. It is what it is. You should retire, Dominic Reyes. You're not that good anymore. You will never come back from this. I hope you do. I just don't see it happening. I'm sorry. Dominic Reyes, prelims. We move on to the next one. Cody Garbrandt. Above washed. You know what, CM Punk? Go away. Go away. Go away. Washed. And this guy's washed. And we gotta talk about Cody Garbrandt. Everyone's favorite KO fighter. No disrespect. This guy has no chin. Okay? This guy has no chin at all. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.